Welcome back to the Football Tragics. Quick turnaround for us. We're straight back into match week 14's preview. It's a midweek one, our first midweek of the year. There's a lot of football to be played, that's for sure. We're going to jump straight into it. Here's the games for the week. We've got Newcastle versus Norwich. That's a big one, you know. That's bottom of the table clash right there. We've got Leeds v Palace, Southampton versus Leicester, Wolves, Burnley, Watford, Chelsea, West Ham, Brighton, Everton, Liverpool, Villa, City, Spurs versus Brentford, and United, Arsenal. Well, that first one there, boys, that bottom of the table clash. Morty, we'll start with you. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Will anybody win?
The fans. It's going to be dire, this match. If it's still snowing up there, then good riddance to this thing. I hope it gets written off, because they're both going to come out just trying to defend. They're going to try and do something else, and it's going to end up in the worst game of the season. I call it now, worst game of the season. Newcastle will probably scrap it, 2-1, 80th minute winner for Callum Wilson.
So Newcastle get their first win in the season against another struggling team around them. I think this Christmas period is going to be crazy. Like, if the weather's that bad, like, games are going to be scrappy, that's for sure. Some bad football's going to be played, and teams are going to be lucky to pick up points. Campo, do you think Newcastle's going to win here?
I'm sick of shitting on Norwich, so I'm going to back them for once. I'm going to back them in for once. I've said for the past 3 weeks they offer nothing, and they've got 7 points. So I'm going to say they've got everything going for them now, and Newcastle stink. So I'll go 2-0 Norwich.
All right, I've gone with the Newcastle win, 2-1 like Morty. I think they're finally going to get their first win of the season. Probably not going to propel them up the ladder straight away, but if they don't win this game, like, they're in a very bad place. Even with the January transfer window, it might not even be enough for them. So 2-1 Newcastle. We move into Leeds versus Palace. Do Leeds pick up a win here, lads, or do Palace get back on the track there with Vieira ball? Campo?
I am going to go a Leeds 2-1 win. Just don't know why. I just have this gut feeling they will get the win here.
Okay, I'm going the opposite way. I've gone Palace 2-1. Leeds, just every time I give Leeds, hit them, they just show me why I shouldn't be. They're going to struggle this season. It's a long season for them. If they do win games, I think it will be at home. But I think Palace, they look good, even with their loss. Like we mentioned in the review there, they lost against Villa. They still looked all right. They had some good chances there. So if they put any of those chances away this game, I think they'll be all right. Morty, which way are you going?
I'm going back Crystal Palace again. I think they copped it a bit last week, so they'll turn it around again. Vieira get back under him. Yeah, because again, Leeds, all they had a draw, they still offered nothing, and they will continue to offer nothing. And hopefully Rafinha leaves in January, because he does not deserve to play for that club at the moment. So.
All right. Well, Campo, you gave Southampton a little bit of credit for a few weeks there. Then you went the opposite way against Leicester. Are they gonna win, or is this going to be another 9-0? We do know that's happened in the past.
I was going to say 9-0 to Leicester, but just what Southampton threw up on the weekend and what Leicester threw up. Way too different. The levels in both clubs is showing. So I'm going to go Leicester 3-0.
3-0. Okay, Morty, which way are you seeing this one?
We're going to see another 9-0 from Leicester. So 10, maybe they break the record, or
surely not. Surely not.
I don't think so. I don't think they got it in this time. I think Tielemans might be back, maybe, even though probably not needed against Southampton. So I'm going to go a conservative 3-0. Southampton not offering anything, they won't score. And Leicester, Vardy another double probably. As soon as someone else mentions the Golden Boot race, he just kind of bags a double that week. And someone's still a bit, Salah's still a bit far ahead, so he'll be bagging another double this week, just a stat pad.
All right, well, I've gone with a 1-1 here. I think I'm a little bit on the fence here. I don't know. I know Leicester performed greatly against Watford, but surely Southampton can't be as bad against Leicester as they were against Liverpool. That's my thinking here. anyway, so 1-1, not quite enough for a win there, but enough to get back on track, I suppose. Wolves versus Burnley now. I've gone with a 1-0 Wolves win. They've been pretty poor, failing to score against Norwich, but by that result, they've been okay recently. Burnley, they didn't get to play on the weekend, so yes, they'll be fresh, but maybe that's also it's not a good thing, having missed a week, not being able to play. Campo, which way do you see this one?
I'm going to sit on the fence and say it's going to finish a 1-1 draw. As much as I don't like Burnley, they can attack now. They do look good in patches, and Wolves can fall asleep, so I reckon it'll finish 1-1. Well,
if any team's going to benefit from this weather, it'll be Burnley, because they love a long ball. So if it's poor weather wherever Wolves is, then yeah, Burnley might be all right. What do you reckon, Morty?
It's tough. We haven't seen Burnley play in a while, so
like a week.
Well, that's a lot. That's a long time from Burnley. Like, they haven't been behind the ball the whole time. So 1-1 draw. I'm gonna sit in the fence. I think Wolves be a bit disappointed last week with their game. Burnley looking ahead to this week, they're probably going, too many games this week, too much to defend. So, and Cornet can't carry both games. So yeah, 1-1 draw.
Okay. All right. We've got Watford versus Chelsea. I've gone with a comfortable Chelsea 2-0 win. I think, yes, Watford put 4 past United, and United broke us down. So technically, Watford should be able to break us down as well. But I think we get back on track, back to winning ways after that one game off. And yeah, should be an easy result, I think. Whether that bites me, I don't know. Campo, which way are you seeing it?
Technically, Watford should be putting 4 past you this game.
Technically speaking, yeah.
But it won't happen. Unless Ben Foster's back, it'll be close. I reckon it'll be 4-0 Chelsea.
4-0, okay. Morty, I know you'd obviously want to see a Chelsea loss here because that will probably put you almost up the table. But yeah, which way are you seeing it?
No, I don't think Chelsea can continue that. How long's Kante out for? Is he?
I'm not exactly sure. I think a few weeks, but does it matter against Watford?
Possibly. I mean, we have seen the way Watford can play, and they can do it.
No, absolutely.
It's just about whether it's that one game of every 6 months, whether it's going to be this one.
But is it they played that way against United, and a United team had that was sent off and was shambolic. Their defence is in all sorts. I think Chelsea's defence is a little bit more switched on.
Yes, but you also came up against a frustrated United, and you're very frustrated that game. All it's going to take is, Chelsea. You think they're going to try and put one away in the first 10 minutes again. If they mess that up and have one slip there, so to speak, Sarr run away, or Dennis is in some form too. So one little goal, do they get a bit hot-headed and not been able to claw their way back?
So with all that said, which way are you seeing it?
Chelsea 2-1, but
what's the point of that rant then?
I knew that was coming. I wanted to see how close he was.
Because there's still hope. I know Watford can pull something off, and if it's ever going to be, it'll be one of these winter weeks, and who knows? They've already blamed floodlights. Let's see what we can do now.
All right. Well, West Ham versus Brighton. Interesting one, because Brighton again they got booed off the pitch last week, the other day, so it wasn't the worst result. You got a West Ham team that's winless in 2. They need to bounce back, especially at home. Campo, you going to tip a West Ham? I know you don't like tipping West Ham.
And I'm not going to tip them. I will tip a Brighton 2-1 and hopefully get clapped off the field this game.
The away fans. I've gone with a 2-0 West Ham. I think they've got to bounce back. Yes, Brighton do create lots of chances, but West Ham, I think they're going to be fine this year. I think they're going to finish in those European spots. So this will be the result that gets back on track after a couple poor ones. Morty, which way are you seeing it?
Yeah, I think it's probably the perfect time for West Ham that come against Brighton. So just nice reset. Not too easy where they go. They think this is going to be a walk in the park, but I think just the right time, just enough so that West Ham get back on track and get back into the form they are. Because it's good to see them pushing up to where they could be and should have been for the past few years. So
no, it's not.
Mate, don't even talk about your team. No, don't even deserve to be in the league. Can't even make that a conference.
Well, Morty, we're going to talk about your team. It's the Merseyside derby, Everton versus Liverpool. This is scary, I think, for Everton. They're in some terrible form. They're coming up against a Liverpool team that just put 4 past Southampton comfortably. I'm worried that this will be a cricket score. We'll start with you, Morty. Is it going to be a cricket score? How do you see it?
Yeah, I don't want to say it's going to be a cricket score because this is one of those games where someone's getting rested. But in saying that, we still don't know what's happening with the AFCON. And it's not off yet, but they've obviously had some new strains come about, and it's all going down all over again. So whether they actually do go off or not, but if it is confirmed that they end up going, well, then there's no point resting it now. They're going to go grab as many points as they can now. But whether there's something going on behind closed doors that they obviously know they're not going now, it's probably time for one of them to sit on the bench, and Salah's probably out for his turn.
Do you rest players though in a Merseyside derby? Or do you not even think it's not a Merseyside derby, it's just Everton?
Well, it is. It is just Everton. I mean, they're in a slump of form. They don't even look like they can pull anything out of the bag. And, Virgil come back up against his arch nemesis now. Like a scumbag. And, yeah, I don't want to say it's going to be a walk in the park because it's a Merseyside derby at the end of the day, but I don't see it panning out for Everton too well here, even no matter who we put in the pitch. 4-0. They don't even have any strikers to score against us, so I'll leave it at that.
Campo, you with Morty there?
Yeah, but I've gone high. I've gone 6-1.
Jesus.
I reckon Liverpool are just going to slap them all over the field and they'll concede some crap late consolation.
Wow. You're both making me want to put a high score here. I've gone Liverpool 2-0. I think it's just going to be a comfortable one. They might, like Morty says, they might rest some players, but not straight away. I think they'll bring them off and they'll just kind of make sure that the result's safer than go out for more goals. But if there was ever to be a bet for this week, I think you'd just be backing Liverpool in, regardless of what they're paying. They probably are paying $1.10, but yeah, I think Liverpool are way too strong here. And I wouldn't be surprised if either of you are correct with your score, that's for sure. All right, we move into Villa versus Man City. Interesting one. CVG, 2 wins in a row for Villa, up against a City team who, well, they're 3 in a row, and it's City. Can CVG get a result here, Campo? What do you think?
Nope. This is going to be where the City start to make their run for the title. I don't see him dropping many points from here for the next 10 games or so. I think this will be close, but I think City will just edge it 3-1 or 2-1.
Okay, all right. You did mention that you reckon off air to me that you reckon Morty would tip a Villa win here. Morty, is it a Villa win?
No, I'm not that dumb. As I said before, I don't even think Gerrard's had enough time at the club to be putting anything in place. So I'm not entirely convinced on Villa just yet. In saying that, though, no, I'm going to go City. I'm going to go City win. But I've always got in the back of my mind Pep overplaying his hand, and maybe not this game, but there'll be a game coming soon where you're just going, this could be another shock loss for City. So yeah, I'll go City 3-1.
Okay, I've gone close as well. I've gone City 2-1. I think they will get the win, but it will be close. I think, yeah, Steven Gerrard's team look decent so far, so credit to them. Campo, Spurs back in action after a little break there. Is that a benefit for them? Is it bad? They're taking on Brentford here, who are coming off the back of a win.
It's always good to get an extra week rest. Another week learning how to play under Conte. These players still don't know the system as well as they should. So an extra week's always going to help. And Brentford, I think this is their first midweek game this year. So we'll see how the likes of Tony and that hold up, if they've got any, little niggles but I reckon we'll win 4-0.
What do you make of Conte's kind of comments in the media about, Spurs not being really where he wants them to be yet? Like it's expected, I suppose, but do you think they're little digs or it's nothing too serious?
Look how much dead weight we have. He needs that January transfer window badly. And any win that we get until January, I'll be cheering over.
So you think those are just quite public messages to Daniel Levy saying, I need money, let me spend my money?
He needs it bad. And if we don't get rid of the likes of Ben Davies, Sanchez, half of that back line has to go.
Will Harry Kane fire? I've got to ask you the question.
Hat-trick.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to you now, Morty. What do you reckon?
More realistic approach. I think Tony's going to bully the hell out of your defence. Doesn't matter who you put back there. I don't know. You're in shambles. Like the further you admit it, the more you are. Like as we said, Conte, not a bad manager, but no one can coach that back line into form. Like you don't even have you're scraping past with Alderweireld and what's the other one? What's the other bloke?
Vertonghen.
Like you're scraping through for the past few years with either of them just managing the game out. I wouldn't even say they were defending well. They're just kind of managing the game out of it. But yeah, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble because it's not even going to be. I'm not just talking this game. I'm moving down the line. Like, we talk about Kane leaving. Like, I think club's going to start knocking on Son's door because he probably won't even be happy there. So
he just signed a new 6-year deal, 5-year deal. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, and that means so much in this world, my lord.
Well, we do need to talk about this game, so we need your prediction for it. Is a Brentford win? You're saying
Brentford 3-0.
3-0.
You said more realistic. Come on.
I mean, Palace
3-0.
So I've gone with the Spurs 1-0. Like you said there, Campo. Actually, I think a week off's not too bad for Spurs here. With a new manager coming in, they need some training ground practice, sort out a bit of the shambles going on there. And I think this is going to be a good little break for them. Brentford, they're coming off a 1-0 win. But they're away here. And like you said, they haven't played midweek, so who knows if they're going to be able to kick on again. I mean, they could do it in the Championship. Championship, you play more games than you do in the Prem. But, yeah, I think Conte will get Spurs up for this game and be enough for a 1-0 win. Which brings us into the final game of the round, Friday morning. Man United versus Arsenal, massive game. Two underwhelming top 6 teams so far. How's this one going to go, Morty? What's your prediction for
it? It's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't think United fans will be happy. I guess they're happy with a draw and it's a positive improvement. But if they're going to go sit at home like that against an Arsenal, arguably, they're in some form, but United fans won't accept just going for draws now for the rest of the season. They want the team they have with the team and the players they have. They need to be going out and at least be trying for the win. And even if it is a closer game, I think they'll be a bit happier. But yeah, I really don't know where to put this because we see two teams here that can either show up or just forget they were playing that day, and it's very hit or miss. And yeah, maybe 2-2. They're just fairly open game. Ronaldo probably back starting scoring, and Arsenal clawing it back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Maguire back. Sorry, Maguire's back. Yeah, Arsenal were definitely scoring.
Yeah, I think you're pretty spot on. They can. I think United fans can probably deal with a lackluster performance against Chelsea. A park the bus against Chelsea, who are in hot form, but they won't tolerate that at Old Trafford at home against Arsenal. So I can fully see United being up for this game and throwing everything, forward. Ronaldo should come back into the lineup, should score. And, yeah, I've gone with a 3-2 United. I think it's just going to be a high-scoring game. Like you said, Arsenal throw themselves at it as well. They'll think they can get something from this poor United team currently. So 3-2 puts United back on track, drops Arsenal out of that top 5 for now. And, yeah, that's the way I'll see it. In probably Michael Carrick's last game in charge. And he basically is a 100% no-loss record at the helm. Probably enough for a contract, really, isn't it, Campo? What do you think? Are Arsenal going to get anything from this game? You'll never tip an Arsenal result. So.
Yeah, the only result I want from this game is for it to be abandoned due to snow. But if that's not going to happen, I hope United win 3-0.
And that's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm going with it.
Beautiful. Well, we're gonna end it there because this is our second of however many videos are going to be pumping out this week. So we'll keep them short and sweet. So thanks for joining me as always, lads. Hopefully Tony can join us for the next one, and we'll see you in a bit.
Lots of content coming.
Catches.
Peace.
That's it.